Hello and welcome to my first episode of One Base Knockout. I say it's my first episode. It's the first of this series, which is we're playing as the Gets, you can see here. The reason why I've chosen the Norseman, I probably should say first what One Base Knockout is. It's essentially a legendary campaign when you're allowed to have one actual city or settlement. You're allowed allies, you're allowed vassal states, trade, all of this bullcrap. But you yourself can only have one. In the older Turtle Wars, I initially did it for Shogun 2, and with that, if I were to capture a place, it would be, well, I've captured it. So what I would do now is essentially, I'm using you differently. And then I'll just leave it to be destroyed, whereas in this one, you can actually just raise the settlements. I was like, okay, Attila's going to be pretty good to actually start this on, so I may actually wait till roughly around then. I'm going to use my ship for, raiding. I only have the one building, so arguably I'm gonna need. I don't have my phone. Bear with me 2 seconds. I say 2 seconds. It was a little longer. The only reason to why I know that I didn't have my phone is because I was like, oh yes, I can put my timer on. There we go. It's like I remember what I was saying, essentially. So we're going to go straight into it. I'm going to keep my guys here as some form of defense. I already have an army coming. Oh, I was explaining why I picked the Norseman. Purely because you start with 2 allies essentially. I can get a bit of trade going. I don't really have to worry too much about my flanks. And if you care for the role-playing aspect of things, you know, I'm a Viking in the northern lands. I don't have time. I don't need all of this southern soil. Just raid it. So what I was going to do is transport a lot of my army.
This panel is used to manually merge armies or fleets in order to assemble the strongest possible force. Click on the unit you wish to move, then click on the tick button to move it from one force to another. It is possible to select several units at a time. Note that since it can have one commander only, moving everything into one force...
So I think my first aspect is probably going to come hit south. What are we doing here? It's been a short while since I've done the technologies of Attila. It's been a short while since I've actually properly sat down and played Attila. So I'm going to be looking at all of this stuff, and it's going to take me a brief moment to read the odd extra bit, which is quite annoying. I'm probably looking more to see what I can actually gain from it in terms of units. I can get some cheap cavalry units here, so I'm probably tempted to get that one. Doesn't obviously create as much food, but considering I don't need as much food, it should be good. Straight up cash might be useful as well. That also might be better because then I get some form of siege, which means I'll have a benefit. Oh, but I can get Axe Warband. You could wait till the smithy, I suppose. Which way am I going here? Because if I need research for it, I may as well give it a short moment. I might actually just really silly, and I just came up a couple times smithy, but I'm like, nah, didn't notice it. I might have a quick look to see actually what it did say. Because Axe Warband, I'd rather have decent militarized society. Okay. I would assume, yeah. Alright, we'll focus for that then. And in the meantime, we'll build. Yeah. In the meantime, we'll get that because then we can have the option for some form of relatively inexpensive cavalry. I can't do this here, can I? Oh yeah, okay. I believe these guys get updated to the warband. Gonna open up some form of trade to see if I can keep my neighbouring friends on my side. Why do the Danes hate me?
Friend, what an honor you do us. Come speak so that the spirits can hear your words. Gods will
I may not inherently be able to get anything yet.
I have little gain in wasting the day on you. What you say?
I've got mini taxes. Okay, that's quite nice. And then I know I've got my foothold somewhere. Not too sure if I inherently want to go really friendly yet. Part of me wants to attack Anglers here purely because I know that they're an enemy of my ally. They're not going to let me click on the city? Did I just... yeah, I minimised it by accident. I'll wait until I get a bit extra money before I open up undeveloped land. Oh, sorted. He's not the best person. I haven't really got him there. Where am I going? I think the growth would be more important for long-term construction. I will share the story of when I tried to do a one-base knockout with the Jutes. Essentially, Angus, like I said, known enemy of our wonderful establishment, kind of came at me with like a fully stacked army and a half and just steamrolled over me. So I'm like, well, I'm screwed, basically. Well, they've gone a bit to a wall. I'm waiting for a smithy in this one, so I built some form of undeveloped land. See, now do I want that for trade purposes or do I want straight cash? Not too worried about sanitation. Maybe I should be worried about sanitation. Because like, yeah, I ain't too worried about it. What actually is the sanitation that we got here? It's only -2, so it's not really going to be anything dreadful. Public order will get countered as I get a few extra troops. I'm going to need it for some form of defense. I may go for the forest. I've got a town centre there, don't I? Nope, that's the... I'm an idiot, man. I might stick to commerce for now. If you want to get a bit extra growth. Trades are well and good, but because I'm doing the one-base knockout system, I don't really have trade as such.
thirsty for battle. Are you ready to do your duty to the tribe? Warriors all!
Not too sure what I want to do with this one. I'm tempted to declare war on these, just in the sense that if I were to declare war on them, I can just hit them, make them a vassal state, and then not really have to worry. Like, I have a lot more strength for them.
Greeting.
And before I do this, you got any trouble with my friends? You're not friends with my friends. Part of me might go a bit more south and hit them. Either way, the world's going to be set up on fire. We might just see about declaring war. I'm going to move a little bit closer just so I can see if they got... I don't even know if they got the troops. Well, you should have seen the crossing. Oh, somewhat foolish of myself. one of the reasons why I also picked the Gats rather than say the Jutes or anyone, because when I was playing as the Jutes, when I was under siege, I had no defences. At least with the major settlement, I will have some form of wall. My ships are going to be their purpose for the sake of money. If I start raiding, it should hopefully work. I was tempted to add more troops to it. If I had a full fleet, essentially funding itself. I don't know, it seems counterproductive then if I had a full fleet funding itself rather than a half a fleet actually funding the empire. We don't need to double time anymore.
All hands to the oars! Take what you can, lads!
There you go. Don't know how much money that's giving me. That's not too bad. You still got $1,000, which is nice. If it lets me click. I think that's what we're going to have to sort of have save for. It gives me better spearmen, got pikemen for defense, and warhounds. Warhound's actually incredibly good at taking out cavalry. I might actually just declare war.
Will we walk the warriors from
The settlement for the tribe!
I say, just go full aggressive.
warriors all? Ready for battle. You may
Do
as well get
fortification here.
settled in,
Can't remember if no, it doesn't start with any.
My time is better spent feasting and hunting than listening. So betray.
They won't accept for a while. Hopefully I'll get over it in due time. Just knock that to the top, why not? Pardon me. Still can't build anything up here yet, can we? Nope, I'm just waiting for time to pass. I of course has my obligatory coffee. Not too sure where to go with this. I want to keep my Scandinavian allies there and alive. I think having a strong north with them will be useful. Not too sure if the Jutes are at war with anyone. I'll have a little look to see what I'll be like, yeah, I can help them out there, or maybe not. The only downside which is going to happen... Oh. I was actually going to try and hit you not shortly after. If you guys are starting it, that's bad news, because it looks like you're already at war with the Jutes. If I just click on the Jutes, who are we at war with here? Just Rome, okay. That's not actually as bad as I was expecting.
Sit, friend, and let us talk. And let us have good wine until we can talk no more. Our God.
Maybe not. This is improving very slowly. So shortly after this, I don't know. Next turn we'll probably at least get some form of trade going. Maybe a non-aggression pact. I'll move out of their land though, because that must at least piss them off. Or actually, is their border just there?
Getting on our way.
That's finished being built, which does mean I can now get cavalry. Yeah. How much do they cost? 3. I can get 3 units at least. What am I doing?
Thirsty for battle.
What I should have done is not that. Because I could have done that, which would have saved me one of the spots.
Death in battle? There is no finer ending. We need good fighters.
We don't want 4 sets of cav. I mean, it's gonna. How much is the upkeep on this unit? 123. Yeah. It's gonna be expensive to hold them all. That's the only downside.
Come, fight for
But I'll
us,
take it.
lads.
Cavalry pay for themselves 10 times over. It's not that big an issue to me. Yeah, I already checked all of this. We have a lot of food, which is good because then I can upgrade my main capital much easier. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if Grafe would be worth it. Because the reason why I have...
mighty strength with ours in this struggle.
Who's asking me here? The Danes. Sure.
A...
You are my brothers in arms, and we're on legendary, so we gotta go all in together, basically. Five to 7 in the morning. What? I read this here, like, tributary stake succeeds. I was like, what? Look down. I was like, oh shit. What's this about? If I could beat that army though. The only downside is I kind of it's one of those. Do you reckon we would win it?
Very well.
Time will tell. Can't remember if I can do a quick save actually. How many why do you have so many skirmishers as well? I don't think I can quick save because we're on legendary. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we're going to run into this and think this is going to be retarded and probably end up really hurting ourselves. I need to thought to myself, I don't know if I'm actually declaring siege. I am. Oh, for fuck's sake. I should have held siege. I thought that secondly, I clicked on play battle and I just saw the little spiked circle symbol. I was like, am I sieging? This is something that I probably shouldn't have done because they're going to have some form of tower defense in the settlement, which will hinder me quite a bit. But I have a stupid amount of archers. Where do all those come from? How did I not notice I had 6 sets of archers, plus my 4 skirmisher cavalry. I mean, they got 4 skirmisher cavalry, so I'm kind of looking at them there now and I'm thinking, with my abundance of archers, I might be right. I mean, I'll obviously focus on the cav, then the skirmishers. Depending on what their archers do, if they move their archers, I'm also going to have to target fire. I'll start deployment in the dry. If I got missile superiority, that's kind of what I have to do. I'm trying to think. Best place to hit. I hate these fucking towers. I think this game still was a bit too lean on that, in my opinion. Do we don't even have a guard formation? A column would be interesting, wouldn't it? I don't think I've used one of these since Medieval 1, and I think the only reason why I used it then was because I was young and dumb, essentially. However, Jeremy's unit, hero right now, so you're going to be in front, arguably.
The battle timer shows how much time is...
Oh, let's see if I can get them over there. Maybe needing a couple bit of reinforcements from here.
Remember your ancestors and
What am I doing?
protect us.
Cavalry should take up this people. I can't remember if there was another. I'm there looking up here. I'm like, it's legendary. They don't have me in Mount Graham.
We have sighted the enemy.
Indeed, we have. There's a small benefit to it in that regard, I suppose. If I go here, I don't know what our range is like on these. It's going to be very short range considering I believe they're only skirmishers. not going to be that much of a hardcore unit. Oh, little shed. To be fair, I'd rather be in front of the shed than behind the shed. We have not got a lot of ammo, so I just used the one to do this. Quickly kill them and bail. We've lost one already. Man, that uses a lot of ammo. Okay, now what we got here? Right, I might actually use these guys just to absorb some rounds. So where have I put you? You're down here. I really should have done that. Go back up here. Try not to walk right into the bloody. Could go, or I might just go all into it. But that would just fuck me in terms of range. You got loose space for the archers, right? So I might just do that. And all the archers slightly annoyingly close.
Our general is under attack.
And general? He's well out there, knows now range. Oh no, that's a little sphere of influence. General should be fine. Is that their general? Nordic band? Nah. So I don't know if this is a particularly good idea what I'm doing. See if we can just kill as many as we can with our archers. Leave them there to absorb any ammo. Nice thing about getting to shoot them from behind, we actually are getting quite a few. They're starting to waver already. They've got their shields up. Continue firing at these guys. Probably should focus on theirs, but at the same time I'm thinking if I can outmaneuver this, I'll need to save some ammo to hit their general. Killing their general to me is one of the priorities. But it's just annoying one of those. You're going to go down the way you want it. And yes, my graphics is on quite a shit setup at the moment. Not too sure if it's resource intensive, the actual game itself, in comparison to the other ones. I might try and do that. If I can split up the archers just a little bit. Don't know why it looks like I'm defending. Hoping to do a lot more damage. Hopefully some of the horses will get caught up in this. Yep. Ooh, that looks painful. Can you imagine being burned alive? one of the two things that seems to sort of unsettle me a bit. Oh, that's what's having my general that way. I was reinforcing this if I were to engage. Might actually send cavalry. How far are we away from? Let's see if I can just focus the cavalry. It's all well and good hitting their archers, but if you've got no one to defend their archers, that's better because I can engage the archers with melee, kind of use these as a bit of a shock absorber. Even if I do enough damage where I won't have to worry about it. They're bringing in their general now. I'll keep an eye on that because I'll hit that and need to get into quite a good range. He's just getting shot, so I'm actually just moving these in. Do. It's control in this game, isn't it? Nope. Let's go there and I'll move you again in a sec. Pull back. It's like, here's loads. It's like, yeah, I don't want loads. Looks to be hitting. Oh, we have hit the get in there with strong numbers. Hit them fast and hard and move back out. Archers turn back around. How are they not taken out yet? Come on. I know they're only retreating and not broken, but that's better than nothing at the moment. I'm running low. Looks like battle's about to kick off properly. Target right here, cavalry. Don't need to worry too much about them anymore. Hit them because they'll kill our guys. What have we got here? Nordic then. Likewise here.
One of our units can no longer fire. Ready. Gods protect us.
Pull back a bit. It's one of my tuners rerouting. I think it's one of theirs. Just the actual only entrance.
The enemy's tower has been destroyed. Ready for battle. Warlord. Fire on us.
That's kicked off. This is poorly kicking off. You're out of ammo, so now throw us hard running for their lives. Now that their cavalry's dead, pull back with my cavalry because I don't want to be fighting spears with my cavalry. This is where it's starting to get a bit intense.
Men of the North! Fearless warriors! At running!
a hit from behind. It's out here, yeah. Band of shit, that's why. My cavalry will come around and help in a minute, but I don't think they'll be there long enough. Keep pushing. Yep, saw that coming. I'm going to charge with the cavalry into them, hit into the back of the band. I thought they would rally. You need to be careful with their general. You need to keep hitting and charging different units. Create mass disarray. You've got your pikes up, so I'm going to hit you while I can. Band are back. They came in with a hit. Send a random dude into him. Just kill him. Oh yeah, so we're charging about on it.
The enemy have rallied their units.
That huge momentum I was referring to. Kind of stopped. To be fair, rather than going to melee, I'd rather you guys hit range units against them, and I'll send in one of those to fight him.
Men are running, cowards!
I believe this is the last enemy. See what they're doing, really just pulling back out.
The enemy are losing ground.
I believe that's going to be GG. We are also at the end of the video as well. Wonderful. Whew. I lost a lot of men in that. My cavalry though, fucking hell. They nailed it. Archers played their part well. For band, to be fair, double digits is good. Killed the king of their land as well. Could I not subjugate it again? Oh shit. Well, there's only one thing for it. Kill them all, Johnny. I don't think I'll be able to use this momentum to keep pushing though. That's going to be the major downside, because I've lost a lot of men in that. It's not like I can just pull them back either. Shit. They're probably going to have another battle up soon. Oh, the Danes. Oh yeah, the Jutes are a different logo. I was thinking these are horde symbols. I'm like, but your land's right there, and then it clicked. I believe that is the end. I would save, but sadly, we're on legendary, so I kind of can't. I'm gonna go back here to see what's gonna go on. Right, we'll end it there. So at least I know I've got to save. Oh, we've still got all of this wonderful stuff. Additional authority is always good, and so is zeal. You are the leader of our lands. How does that make you feel? Probably. I'm going to disband that for now. Small amount of troops is better than no troops. Game saved, wonderful. I've been Carpus. I hope you enjoyed this, what, roughly 27 odd minutes. I'm gonna get myself some breakfast, which will be more lunch because I start work at 10 o'clock. Coffee is my breakfast. So wonderful. I've been Carpus. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of One Base Knockout. And let's hope this continues to go well, rather than something dreadful happening, which I'm not too... well, I won't be surprised, let's say that. And I'll see you next time.